It's shaping up to be one dramatic Valentine's Day with this lineup of stories that we have, from Emma Chamberlain's Chamberlain coffee in some hot water, to Jeff Whittick upset over a post about him on Instagram, to JoJo Siwa talking about kids and getting called out for friendships. There's a lot we have to get into. As far as Emma Chamberlain, she has found herself in some Valentine's Day themed drama. A couple days ago, Emma teased a limited edition Valentine's Day collection for her Chamberlain coffee brand, and she had this whole vintage Valentine's Day themed photo shoot, and tons of people were loving the creative direction here and praising the entire campaign photo shoot. Things ended up taking a turn though, because creator Miranda Morris came out to say that she felt that Emma's team had copied her Valentine's Day photo shoot that she posted to her account just a few days prior to Emma. Miranda has been posting a Valentine's Day series on her social media accounts with different Valentine's Day themed photo shoots, and she said she didn't mean any harm or hate towards Emma and didn't think that she would even be aware that her team had copied her, but she was hurt and she would have loved the opportunity to have worked with Emma.
Emma Chamberlain and Chamberlain Coffee stole my Valentine's Day series and used it for their Valentine's Day campaign. I have been working on a Valentine's Day series that I release annually every Valentine's Day from February 1st to the 14th, Advent calendar style, leading up to the season of love. And unfortunately, this year, my day 2 was completely ripped off. And I'm not here to debate on that or not. I'll let the photos speak for itself. So photo reference 1 was this photo from a shoe campaign. The photo was a photo of Diana Dors, an old Hollywood star that I just thought was so stunning. And the third, and kind of the premise for this whole shoot, was a wig that I had already purchased right here, that I just fell in love with. And I don't think this has anything to do with Emma. In fact, from my own knowledge of being a creative director, 9 times out of 10, I come with a concept and the client just says yes or no. So my guess is she had no idea that this was an original concept or that it hadn't been recreated by a bunch of people. And I also want to say that this is not an argument about the heart arch. The heart arch is a prop. Recognition go to a different team or even to a different individual who probably doesn't even know that her concept was stolen. It's just really hurtful. Like, I'm not mad at all. In fact, I'm flattered. I think that she's so cool. And like, let's just take a moment. Emma Chamberlain copied my concept. Like, sorry, that's sick. Okay. So like, I'm not mad about that. If anything, it's like, Emma, if you want to kiki, if you want to do a podcast, if you want to make some matchas together, I'm down. Okay. I'm just sad.
Tons of people were in her comments saying that they felt for her, and soon Chamberlain Coffee had their comment section filled with people talking about this entire situation. People did defend Emma though, saying that this wasn't an original concept and that there are similar photos to this on Pinterest if you look up vintage Valentine's Day photo shoot. Some of the other arguments that were going around when this whole conversation was being had was that the timing was just really close together and that they did not think that there was a way that Emma and her team could have thrown together a photo shoot like this so quickly, and that they probably already shot this prior. If they knew they were going to be having a limited edition Valentine's Day collection, they probably shot this months ago. And Chamberlain Coffee ended up posting some behind the scenes of the campaign shoot, most likely in response to everything that's going on, showing their concept and inspiration for the shoot. And in the same video, there was a clip that revealed that they had shot the campaign January 9th, seemingly proving to everyone that they had shot this way before Miranda had even posted anything related to Valentine's Day on her Instagram. Miranda ended up deleting her TikTok after a while, saying, "The video was pushed to the wrong people and sent so much hate on both Emma and my page, and that's not what I'm about." So that's what happened with Chamberlain Coffee on this Valentine's Day. I did have a lot of people tagging me on the original video and thought that I would just catch everyone up on what response Chamberlain Coffee seemingly made and what kind of happened after it was posted. So that's what was going on there. As for Jeff Whittick, he did have his second Jeff FM live show this week, this time with Tana. And during the show, they talked about how Howie Mandel recently threw some shade at Jeff, and he was giving his response. If you didn't see the other day, Howie posted onto his Instagram story this picture of 2 girls swinging off of an excavator with a guy hanging below them, and he said, "At Jeff meeting women." Jeff obviously didn't love this post, and he had some words for Howie.
Oh, Howie Mandel posted a diss at me. He took shots at me.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
This oh, you want to come at me now? Look, I didn't have any problems with Howie.
No way he posted that.
Shots fired, huh? You want to make fun of me for this? Listen, Howie, you're scared to touch a person. You wouldn't even touch Tana.
Tana was pretty shocked that Howie posted this, but did try to defend that maybe Howie didn't mean it in a hurtful way. But Jeff seemed to not be able to tell what kind of terms he's on with Howie, whether he meant it well or if he's on the side of David Dobrik, since that's how they originally met. And it's also why he was saying that he's hesitant to even go on Howie's podcast, even though he's been heavily requested to go on several times now. But he's just unsure because Howie is close with David.
Listen.
What if he was kidding and he wants to be your friend?
No, he did ask me to come on the podcast a bunch of times, but I just don't know if it's a setup. I met him through an old a foe, you know. I met him through an enemy back when things were different, so I don't know I don't want to go on and talk about the lawsuit. I know he's going to ask me about it's going to be about like, whoa, this stuff with David, and you know, like I want to talk about that.
Well, because it's just like a weird thing to say.
Wait for trial so I can fucking get everything out there. I don't want to do it on Howie's podcast, especially when I get disrespected with this ridiculous crane video.
That is because you guys aren't really like friends like that, huh?
Nah.
So that's funny. That's wild.
Yeah.
That is really wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Howie just says a lot of out of pocket shit.
I don't know if Jeff would consider going on after this was posted. It doesn't really seem like it, and super random for Howie to even post this. And just crazy that we're talking about Howie Mandel, the freaking Deal or No Deal guy, being someone who is throwing some shade at Jeff. Like, what? It's truly so random. But that's what's going on with Jeff, and that's what he had to say to Howie in response to the Instagram post. As for JoJo Siwa, you guys, things have been pretty interesting for her. I recently talked about how JoJo moved out of the house that she was sharing with her family and is living on her own for the first time ever. She's moved to Atlanta in order to film the new season of So You Think You Can Dance, where she is a judge now. But she's been going viral online for a couple of things because JoJo feels all grown up now, and this clip of her on her podcast definitely shocked some people because she said that she wants kids in the near future.
One of the biggest things for me right now that I'm looking for in a relationship is somebody who is ready for kids. I am not ready, but I am very near ready. And I think that within the next 3, 4, I wish I could say 2, 3, but I still feel like I will be a little young in 2 years, but I say 3, 4 because I feel like that's like pregnant in 3, babies in 4, you know what I mean? And that is something that I care very, very much about.
Everyone in the comments was freaking out because JoJo is 20 and did just move out on her own for the first time and even acknowledged how hard adulting can be.
In the last 4 or 5 days, I've learned so much about leases and renter's insurance and utilities, and it's crazy. Being an adult's whack. I mean, I guess I've been an adult, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just there's so much to it. Don't grow up.
So this was sending people into a shock for real. And Trisha Paytas sort of called out JoJo when she heard about this, feeling like if JoJo is out here supporting people like James Charles and Colleen, she certainly isn't anywhere near ready to have kids.
JoJo Siwa is out there too, saying she's ready for kids. I was like, okay, she's supporting James, supporting Colleen, ready for kids. I'm like, maybe pump. I never say pump the brakes on kids, but I'm like, if you're supporting these people right now, maybe just pump the brakes on kids if you don't see really what the issue is. You know what I mean?
They talked about how she was promoting James Charles' new song, which she had done on TikTok, saying, "Just a midnight turn sesh to James' new bop. Honestly, song is fire. So effing proud of you at James Charles." And when Trisha and Oscar were talking about this, they said that they would think that she would want to be a little bit more careful with the things that she's promoting because of the fact that she is on a big network television show. And not only that, but she is on a show where she is coming in as a judge, replacing another judge who got removed because of allegations that were made against him. So her posting about James and supporting him, they just didn't think it was the best look, especially for her case here. But Trisha believes that JoJo in some cases just doesn't understand right and wrong, and this is just one of those circumstances.
She just didn't develop her brain, you know what I mean? In that way where you don't know the difference between right and wrong when it comes to children and adult relationships. So I think she just doesn't know, and she's so vocal and outspoken, and it's I feel for her because I definitely think she's not making her the victim, but I feel like she's definitely been in situations where it's like inappropriate, and so she didn't fully get to like develop right and wrong yet. I'm just having to think back when I was in my early 20s, and I was like, okay, maybe it's the same situation where she's like, oh, it was okay because I'm fine and I turned out great. Me and Colleen were friends at 13 and we're okay. We're fine. I love her. So I don't know. I'm kind of give her grace there, but it is kind of just a lot, especially when she has like young fans and stuff like that. It's just like, ooh, like just promoting the wrong people.
JoJo recently sat down with Colleen's sister Rachel for a podcast where she was still saying that she loves Colleen and such. So I don't think much has changed with JoJo in any of the controversial friendships that she holds, but that is what people had to say about her this week and some of the conversations that she started when she started talking about having kids soon. I want to know what you guys think about all of this and everything else we talked about today in the comments. I love you guys so much. Happy Valentine's Day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.